Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. And for this video I'm going to try out one team in the Great League, and it's been a couple of days that I haven't posted because only Great League and Master Premier I think is up now, and since the Great League meta haven't shifted for around 6 months now, so I'm quite bored with it. So that is the reason I'm not into the Great League too much. So that is the reason it's been quite a while, but nevertheless I will be putting out one team today which is going to be the top core of Lanturn and Noctowl over here, with a really good safe swap of A.Ninetales. So I found this team to be a way to go team in GL because it got me back to 2500 elo range once again after dropping to I think 2100. So which is good because this team, although on pen and paper is not that of a good coverage, but still it's very viable and does really good in the meta. To over which I'll not further introduce this team over here. Let's quickly jump into the battle to check out how this team performed. Moving into the first battle, I pick up a lead against Lanturn over here, and for this team, since my core is Lanturn and Noctowl, I've got a safe swap of alolanninetales, which might be like, I think people will also be using Noctowl and Lanturn core, to which I will be trying to lure out a potential Lanturn or maybe a steel type in the back of my opponent with the safe swap of Ninetales, because Noctowl does not have a really comfortable matchup onto the Lanturn and some other steel types like Sunfisk or Steel, to which this is the thing that I have to lure this out, to which now after going for the first shield onto the Hydro Cannon, so I might think of going for another shield, which I do, and now I'll be going for the farm down easily onto this Swampert. So now I've switched the matchups over here, and the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be Lanturn, which is really nice because now I'll be going for the Dazzling Gleam that does massive neutral damage over here and put the Lanturn into really low of its health, which is fine because I have my opposing Lanturn to take care of it, and I must have gone for one Weather Ball onto the Dragonite, which I could not, and after coming back with my Lanturn I switched out into my Noctowl to get Iron Energy right now. So they'll be going for back-to-back Dragon Claws over here, which I am fine with because 2 Dragon Claws does not knock me out even from this range as well. So I'm happy for that, and now from this kind of range I should be now going for the next Sky Attack, which does a bit of cheap damage, but I could not because I went greedy and I thought of going for a Shadow Ball, which is kind of troublesome right now because two Thunderbolts or maybe one Thunderbolt and Spark damage along with Surf will knock me out. Nevertheless, but I do get the shield from my opponent's end with a Surf beat over here, and since I'm not in a Thunderbolt range right now, and I can easily go for one Surf over here onto my Mirror Lanturn, get the knockout for this Mirror Lanturn over here, and get the win for the first battle over here. So GG's. So this team, this team worked out superbly, not superbly well, but it still was good because what I found out that people are really running this Noctowl and Lanturn core. So along with Trevenant as well, so Ninetales can easily handle Trevenant and Noctowl both, so that is the reason I thought to go for it along with this super core meta over in this scenario, to which now I have to face this incoming Bastardon, which I don't think I can easily, like, there is no condition, under no condition I can easily switch this matchup because I think the first lead was a Laser Leafer, might be a Victreebel, to which now I have to go for back-to-back Surfs to get the knockout for this bulky Bastardon over here. And it's so bulky that even this Surfs do not quickly add up over here. As you guys can see, it can withstand 3 Surfs over here, I think 3 Surfs, so that's how tanky it is. And Stone Edge, though being like neutral over here, but it does hurt as well my Lanturn as well, to which now I thought of going for a swap out into my own into my own Noctowl over here, and the final Pokemon that they have got access to is going to be a Shadow Charm Granbull over here. So as you guys can see, these charms are just chunking in, so I don't think I do have win condition right now, so I just surrender the match over here out of respect. So GG's. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a lead against Medicham. So yeah, this was like one of the Pokemon which I found very like getting overused in my elo over here. So that is the reason I thought of, okay, again this is one reason to go for an Alolan-Ninetales over here. So nevertheless, I go for the first Thunderbolt over here, and I quickly save swap into my own Noctowl in this scenario, to which I lure out a potential Lanturn in the back, which is really great because now I will be going for back-to-back Shadow Balls over here, and since Noctowl is quite bulky here as well, one Thunderbolt does not knock you out, and they went for a Surf bait, which is not really great because now I can easily go for one more Shadow Ball before they can reach to one Thunderbolt, and yeah, it does hurt a bit. And it puts the Lanturn in a farm down range for my Lanturn over here. So now they'll be going for the next Surf, which does knock my Noctowl out, and since my Lanturn is quite healthy, so I can come back with my Lanturn and get the farm down. But nevertheless, they will be going for one Thunderbolt, which does not knock me out, and I will be going for the farm down, which I do. And now they will be coming back, I think, with their Medicham or maybe the final Pokemon. Yeah, they comes back with their Medicham, but since I was counting and tracking the energy of my opponent, so this could be Ice Punch or a Power Up Punch, which it is. It does not knock me out, and I can easily go for one Thunderbolt right now. So one Thunderbolt from this kind of range does put it very low. I can easily farm down with my Ninetales, and the final Pokemon as we simultaneously swap in is going to be Tropius over here. So since Grass Flying takes double super equip damage, they have to put their shield, and I am willing to put my shield as well because my Ninetales is not that highly ranked, so that is the reason it will be taking damage from either Aerial Ace or Leaf Blade, even those are resisted. But still, to which now, since I have a comfortable matchup, so I will be now letting this next charge move go through, because Leaf Blade, I can take in one Leaf Blade, and I'll be going for the next Weather Ball, which will be enough to get the knockout for this Tropius. And I think they have a very low Medicham that will go down to Powder Snows over here, getting the win for the third battle here as well. So GG's. Moving into the fourth battle over here, I pick up a lead against Lanturn. I'm very happy that I faced this Lanturn in the lead. Otherwise, it would have been very much troublesome for me. To which now, I will be charging a bit of extra energy, and now I'll be safe swapping into my own Ninetales over here, as the safe swap into their Dragonair. So Dragonair is not too much relevant in this meta because many people are actually using Steel and Ice as well. So that is the reason, since they shielded up the first Weather Ball, so I'll be potentially shielding the next Body Slam over here. Now I'll be going for the next Weather Ball of my own. So this Weather Ball, if it lands, it will be getting a knockout for this Dragonair, and they have to come back with their Lanturn over here. But since I'm quite healthy, they cannot farm me down with their Lanturn on Spark, to which now they comes back with their own final Pokemon, which is going to be Galarian Stunfisk over here. And since they are over farming, I thought of going for back-to-back Weather Balls, which I believe went for a CMP tie, which is the best case scenario right now. And as you guys can see, this Powder Snows and a back-to-back Weather Balls does put the Stunfisk quite low, to which I thought of going for one Spark and then going for the super effective Surf, but still they caught the charge move onto this Lanturn over here, which is extremely unlikely and rough for me. So I'll be going for the final shield of my own with the Lanturn, because now my win condition is going to be landing one Thunderbolt onto this Lanturn and getting a bit of charge, like farm down with my Noctowl. But let's see what my opponent decides to do over here. So since they shield up the first Thunderbolt, they have to, don't have any option. They have to let this next Thunderbolt go through, and they'll be going for the next Thunderbolt of their own once again. But since I was quite ahead on energy, so I'll be going for back-to-back Thunderbolt and a Surf to get the knockout for this Lanturn, and I'll be quickly safe swapping into my Noctowl onto the quite low Stunfisk over here. Though Stunfisk is having access to Rock Slide, 2 Rock Slide does not even take out a Noctowl from a full health. So at least they'll be needing 3 if it is down to 0 shields to knock me out. But nevertheless, I'll be going for the next Shadow Ball to get the knockout for the Stunfisk and get the win for the battle over here. GG's. Moving into the next battle, I pick up a lead against Medicham. So Medicham is really good, but I have my whole team can actually handle Medicham, because 1 Thunderbolt and 1 Surf along with the spark damage really puts the Medicham low over here. To which now they will be going for the back-to-back power-up punches over here, so I'll be not staying in this matchup, because boosted power-up punch onto this neutral Lanturn also will be quite adding up quickly. So to which I'll be going for the next Surf, drawing out the first shield, and I'll be quickly safe swapping into my Noctowl over here. So Noctowl does have a really good matchup, and since it's only going to be a power-up punch, I will be letting this next charge move go through. And now I'm counting these moves, because I'm going for a hard farm down, and it was 6 power-up punches right now. So this might be Ice Punch, which is triple boosted right now, and it was Ice Punch. So it was a really good shield from my end, because now they safe swapped into their own Dunsparce over here. So Dunsparce is actually a very good counter to my whole team, because it have access to Drill Run and roll out along with Rock Slide. So all 3 Pokemon does take super effective from all these moves over here. So I'll be letting this next charge move go through and let my Noctowl go down, and I can easily come back with my Ninetales over here, and I'll be shielding up the first Rock Slide over here. And after building up to a quite extra energy and going for 3 rollouts, I'll be going to catch the next move onto my really low Lanturn over here, which does not even which does knock out, and the final Pokemon they have access to is going to be a Noctowl, which is really good for me, because I can easily go for this Weather Ball damage. And since I am having no shield, so this is really tricky for me, because I do have access to back-to-back Weather Balls right now, but they can easily go for 1 Shadow Ball to knock me out. But I was counting moves correctly, so that is the reason I knew that this is going to be a 6 wing attacks, and they went for a sky attack, which does not knock me out, and I can easily go for 1 Weather Ball to get the knockout for this Noctowl. They comes back with their very low Dunsparce and the very low Medicham, and since they knew the results, they quit out the match here as well. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a lead against Toxapex, which is really good of a matchup for my Lanturn, to which now they save swaps into their own Sableye over here. So I don't have a really hard counter of Sableye, because it does have access to Return, Shadow Claw and Foul Play, which really puts me in a troublesome situation right now. To which I'll be going for the first Surf, and then I'll be safe swapping into my own Noctowl over here, which is not good, because I should have safe swapped into my Ninetales, because the Toxapex have a really good matchup against my Ninetales over here. So now, since I have safe swapped and I went for the first Sky attack, and now I'll be going for the next Shadow Balls over here onto this Toxapex over here in this scenario. And since I was able to reach to the next Sky attack or maybe Shadow Ball, so they went for a Brine over here to take me out, and they safe swapped into their final Pokemon, which ends up being a Trevenant over here, which I am fine with. And since we have got back-to-back 2 shields over here, so I will be shielding up the first, even though I was counting, so it was a Seed Bomb, but I don't want to risk it, because even though it's a Seed Bomb, it will hurt, and those Shadow Claws will eventually add up onto my Ninetales over here as well. To which now I'll be shielding up the next move, which ends up being a Shadow Ball, and after charging a bit of extra energy, I think 1 Powder Snow, I will be going for the next Weather Ball which does knock out the Trevenant over here, and I'll be quickly safe swapping once again, going into my Lanturn onto the Toxapex matchup, and they will be going for the next Sludge Wave. So Sludge Wave will hurt, but it will not be a fatal threat to me because Toxapex is kind of very much defense weighted, and yeah, Lanturn is tanky, to which now I'll be going for the Thunderbolt, getting knockout for this Toxapex and getting the win for the battle here as well. Moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead against yet again another Medicham. So Medicham lead is kind of tricky, but it's not too much fatal for my team, or maybe troublesome for my team. To which now I will be going for the first Thunderbolt, and yeah, as I've already mentioned, one Thunderbolt along with Sparks damage and Surf will put it down in a very good farm down range. And now since they are again going for power up punches once again, so I'll be going for the first Thunderbolt and Surf, and quickly I'll be switching out into my Noctowl to get Aero Energy. Even though they are going for Ice Punch, I can handle one Ice Punch, and since it's double boosted right now, so I have to shield this up because it will be hurting me a lot. And the final Pokemon that they have, not final Pokemon, it's going to be the next Pokemon that they have access to is going to be a Talonflame over here. So I'm glad they switched into their Talonflame because my Ninetales would be getting roasted onto this Talonflame over here. So it's very likely to go for back-to-back attacks over here, and since I'm throwing on alignment right away, they went for an extra tap in onto the Incinerate, which let me get the final shield and the knockout for the Talonflame. And now they comes back with their Medicham once again. So since they are very low, I'll be quickly going into my Ninetales, and I thought they have something in the back which is very weak to Ninetales, and they concede the match once again. So this is the team over here which I used for last 2 days, and it was really good for me. So if you're trying out this team, do let me know how it is working out for you, because for my elo range it was really awesome for grinding few elos. And that will be all for this video, and if you're liking the content onto this channel, do share with your friends, like and subscribe to support me, which keeps me motivated and keeps me going. So thanks for watching, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.